Hello everyone, welcome.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing, Stefan?
Fine. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are here in Madrid in OTC Monin Studio, recording live. I mean, so it's actually it's 4 o'clock now in Madrid. I don't know which time is it in your place. My name is Stefan. I am working for 8 years for Monin Company as a beverage innovation director, and this is Jesus.
Hello, I've been working the last 5 years for an OTC group that is important in Spain for Monan. So I'm the Monan ambassador in Spain. So
a few words about Monin. I mean, Monin is a family company. It has been created a little bit more than 100 years ago by Georges Monin, which is the grandfather of Olivier Monin, which is our president today. At this time, Georges Monin was a wine seller, and after he started to produce liquor. And many times later, I mean, we produce syrups. Now we are exporting into 150 countries, and we have 150 flavors. And in those 150 countries, you have people like Jesus, like brand ambassador, which are really linked to the professional to explain them about the trend and the drinks they can create with the product.
Actually, what we're doing today is called Monin Day, right? That it's a training for professionals made by professionals. So all that we're going to see today here, I hope you're going to like it. We're going to see a few trends. We're going to see different ways of doing cocktails. So, well...
And a few spirits.
Yeah, a few spirits as well.
Actually, today we are going to travel to America.
Oh, yeah.
And to do different countries. For example, we are going to start from the south.
Okay.
I mean, and with a special spirit which is called Pisco.
Right.
Okay. So, can you a few words about Pisco?
Yeah, well, Pisco is a drink made of grape. We all know that. And it's come along a long history and as well a big fight between Chile and Peru. They both actually claim the ownership of Pisco. We don't know.
It's actually, like Moussaka between Turkish and
it's something weird because the first newspaper that actually printed a notice from Pisco, right, it was in Peru. But actually, 4 years later, in the 1920s, Chile said as well that they had Pisco, they did Pisco, so it's kind of a fight there.
Okay, so let's start with the drink.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do a kind of a Pisco sour, right? In this case, it's gonna be a carrot Pisco sour. And then we're gonna start up with, let's get a shaker. We're gonna work this classic 3 pieces shaker for this case, because I want to do a really hard shake, right? And get a great foam on my Pisco sour, right? So the first thing that I'm gonna use is a Pisco. Mine is from Chile.
Wow, nice one.
Well, now let's see which one is better.
Yeah. Actually, you can vote. I mean, each of us are going to do one cocktail, but on the Facebook, you can vote for which cocktail would you prefer to have to drink. So, I mean, you will have the Pisco sour from Jesus, and after I will do another one.
So, as I like it strong, I'm gonna use 5 centiliters of Pisco. Then I'm gonna use a liquor.
Oh, French one.
A French one, yeah. It's made by the monks, right? They really know how to use herbs. Yeah. So in this case, we're gonna use Chartreuse yellow, or jaune. Jaune, how you say in French?
Jaune.
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 And it's made of 130 plants. You're gonna use 2 centiliters, right?
Most of the time, monks knew how to do spirits.
Oh yeah, they do. They have the time as well and the knowledge. Then we're gonna use some of our carrot le fruit.
It's actually one of the last of the range, which is carrot and beetroot, because we found out that you have a lot of veggie trend now, so you can twist all your classical cocktail from like Pisco sour, like mull also, because mull is getting more and more popular.
And actually we're gonna use 2 centiliters of our puree. In this case, as well as a vegan one, so we can have that. Then we're gonna use some lemon, fresh lemon juice. I'm gonna go for 3 centiliters of lemon juice. Okay, then we can go for that. I'm gonna get a little bar spoon of vanilla.
To make it more round,
Correct, and in this case I'm gonna use the French vanilla because I want a little hint of that vanilla on the taste, as well as the roundness.
For those who don't know, I mean, French vanilla, it's much more like a custard vanilla cream flavor. I mean,
now we're gonna use a little pinch of salt to enhance all the flavor from the carrots.
this is a magical part.
Yeah, it is the magic.
Great.
And now we're gonna use some egg white.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Of course. Here you are.
I'll have a couple of centiliters of egg white. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we're gonna start doing a dry shake. When you do a dry shake, what you want is to create a great foam, and afterwards you add the ice, so you chill the drink, but not in the first go. Go.
Silent bartender.
Now we have shaken. Now we're gonna cool it down with some ice. Can we have a chilled glass, please?
I know, for example, some bartenders, when they do dry shake, they just take the strainer, take the whisk off, and put it to the shaker to really whisk the white egg. And in this case, you don't have the dilution of the ice at the same time.
You got that chilled glass there.
Nice coupette.
There you go. And now we're gonna just cool it. First a little clean, because we always get a bit messy when you dry shake, right? So always clean. You're gonna close the cocktail shaker, and then and as I always say, a cocktail should be cold. You cannot just shake, pour, and not chill enough your cocktail, because otherwise the people is not going to enjoy it. Now as a deco, I'm going to use some cumin for the outside of the glass. So we're going to add some flavor.
What did you put here?
Cumin.
Cumin.
And if you can smell it.
Nice flavor.
So we're just going to stir.
Combines well with carrot. Most of the time, when you have flavor that combine well in cooking, I mean, you can do them into drinks. For example, cumin and carrot, dill and carrot, chocolate and coconut, pear and cardamom, all this kind of flavor that you can find in cooking. You can use them also for drinks.
Okay. And now to end up, I'm gonna just place a little baby carrot on the side. Actually, it's a different kind of baby carrot. This one, it comes from Africa, right? It's sweeter, so it's a little bit nicer if you want to eat it. So that'll be my cocktail.
Wow, really
there
nice.
You go. That's called Newland, right? But you can call it as a carrot pisco sour, right? Yeah. Okay. There you go. What do you think?
Thank you.
Vote me. Vote me.
Vote for him. Okay, so now, actually, I'm going to realize, a pisco sour also, that I'm going to twist by using Le Fruit de Monin Yuzu. Okay, so just a little bit of history about the drinks. What is a pisco sour? Sour actually is the basic for bartender. They have to manage. In the old time when bartenders start to work, all the cocktails were based about 3 ingredients. You had alcohol, bitter, and sugar. After, they get access to lemon, so they start to squeeze the lemon, and they were based their cocktail on what we call the 3S, which is sweet, sour, strong. The strong part of the cocktail, actually, let's say that 90% of the cocktail today are based on the 3S. For example, if you take margarita, if you take mojito, which is 3S plus soda and mint. So the 3S, sweet, sour, strong. Strong part will be brought by the alcohol. So in this case, it will be pisco. Then you have the acidic part. We make the freshness of the cocktail, which is going to be brought by the lemon, lime, or sweet and sour. Could be used also. But as you bring acidity to your cocktail, you need to balance by bringing some sweetness. Sweetness can be brought either from sugar, from honey, but also from Monin product range, which actually contain real sugar, sucrose. Actually, so this time I'm going to twist it with yuzu, because yuzu starts to be more and more popular, more and more trendy. Yuzu actually, citrus. Yeah, it's a citrus coming from Asia. You can get it from Korea, you can get it from China, you can get it from Japan. We get our yuzu so far from Korea. which is actually one fruit, but has two flavors. It's a combination of citrus, lemon and tangerine, and also in the product you have some little pieces of the skin. That means when the customer will bite them, he will get a kind of grapefruit flavor. Yeah. So that that means that you have sweetness because of the product contains sugar. Because sugar, as you know, as a bartender, is a flavor enhancer. Most of the time, when they do a cocktail, bartender, they put strawberry, and they always add either strawberry syrup, either strawberry sugar to enhance the flavor. And also, it's a natural preservative. That means once you open the bottle, you can keep it room temperature for 5 weeks. So I'm going to use this trendy yuzu puree. Then I'm going to add some fresh kumquat because I wanted to make it more citrus, more lively. So I'm going to take the shaker. I'm going to use a Boston shaker.
Double tin.
Double tin. So I'm going to place some ice. Up in the big one. While I'm working, what I'm going to do, I'm just placing the final glass of the customer.
I'm going to get some crushed ice for that if you want.
Yeah, or maybe for the first one, I'm going to do it like this.
That's fine.
Up. Then up. Let's chill it completely by adding water. Because the drink is not going to be served on ice, I'm just cooling the glass first to keep the final drink more cool. Up. So I'm going to take, let's say, 2 kumquat. Up. Then I'm going to add le fruit de monin yuzu. So this time I'm going to use 20 ml, which is actually 2 cl of this nice yuzu fruit puree.
That's nice.
Up. You can smell it's really nice flavor.
It is.
And even chefs start to use them into cooking, which is nice. Then, of course, I'm going to muddle a little bit just to get up all the flavor from the kumquat to mix well with the yuzu.
It got those little sour notes. Wow.
Make it fresh.
It's fresh, yeah.
Then I'm going to add, of course, the spirits. So you choose, a pisco from Chile. I choose a pisco from Peru.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, the difference between them, both of them has a really close story, right? Pisco comes from the world of cognac in France, right? And actually from Canary Island, when America was discovered, they took some of these vineyards and they took them over to a new land, okay? So they start doing this kind of a spirit and basing themselves on the cognac, but not aging the product. The difference is between Chile and Peru. Peru use different kind of grapes, right? Actually have aromatic ones and they have normal ones. And in Peru, in Chile, they use just kind of aromatic grapes. Go ahead.
Okay, so you did a dry shake. I'm going to do what we call a reverse dry shake. That means I'm going to shake quickly with ice just to refresh the drinks. And after, I'm going to shake without ice because a lot of bartenders say that the ice is breaking the egg white. So let's a quick one. Up like this, then just strain into the small tin.
It's really cold now.
Yeah. A lot of bartenders, taking care about the ice. You have some bartenders, they are taking the ice from the ice machine, and after they put the ice into the freezer just to make it even harder. Yeah. And now I'm just going to put it back, and as I showed you before, I'm just going to take the little strainer whisk from the strainer to make it like froth.
Always when you talk about the techniques, it's really important to know all of them because not always is the best one is for everything.
And after just...
So the glass is really chilled, very important. You cannot drink a mild or a hot drink unless it's that way made.
So pisco
That's
sour.
good.
Up, little drop. Now, as it's a pisco sour, we need one more ingredient actually, which is a bitter. So bitter.
Tip.
So up, what I'm going to do is just put 3 drops on the surface. Up.
Up.
I think this one is thinner. Yeah, thank you.
That's
And
thinner,
after,
yeah.
just go inside, up, and you
Oh,
draw
there
some
you go.
little heart. And after, because it could be for a lady customer, so up, you can even make it more romantic, like French do, and drop a little flower on the surface. And even because what we say to the bartender, it's your customer, when they come to your place, they need to live an experience. Okay, it could be an experience about the presentation of the drinks. It could be an experience about the taste. That's the reason why you can mix different kind of flavor, depending on where you want, where the bartender wants to drive his customer. Up. So you can do what we call perfect serve, like on a little plate like this. Up. You can just place your glass here. Even, for example, you can take a torch and flame the cinnamon just to, later. Just to have a smoke. In this case, I mean, the customer have a different flavor in the nose and in the drink. And after, to really customize your drink, you can even, clip a little orange. This is, actually pink grapefruit. Up.
That looks great.
Up. There you are.
Fantastic.
So don't forget to vote. And it's not a war, it's just an exchange. But if you would prefer, Jesus Pisco Sour or this one, just vote. You are more than welcome. And by this time, while you are voting, we are just cleaning, because the cleaning part is also part of
Very important.
of the job.
Yeah.
So we are going to place.
Let's go ahead.
Okay.
Do you want to use them?
No, it's okay.
Go. I'll take that
Oh.
away.
If somebody
you.
wants to taste.
Please.
Okay, so we've been traveling to South America. Now we are going to go a little bit up to the north. We are going to go to Mexico.
All right.
Mexico?
Mexico.
Mexico, okay.
Yeah.
And because you can get a lot of nice spirit there, tequila and mezcal, for example. So we are going to do 2 creations based on morning product and either mezcal, either tequila. I think this one we choose mezcal.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start.
Okay, let's go ahead.
So what I'm going to do, it's the famous classical national cocktail in Mexico. Actually, is margarita. Margarita, most of the time, it's still the 3S, sweet, sour, strong. But margarita, most of the time, is based on tequila. But I'm going to twist it with mezcal and call it margarita. Okay. As I'm working for Monin and I want my customer, discover a little bit more about the flavor, I'm going to twist it with some Monin product. For instance, this time, because I love citrus products, so I'm going to use tangerine. Most of the time, what we tell to, the professional which are working with Monin, it could be barista, it could be bartender. My goal is to tell them, you are painter, okay? And you are going to design the frame, a picture to your customer. So depending on what you want to design, what about your mood, what about the mood of your customer? Do you want something more classical with red fruit like strawberry, raspberry, something more exotic with passion, mango? We bring you all the color and you are able to design the frame, the picture that you want to design. Okay, so I'm just still working on a short drink. So I didn't take a classical margarita glasses, which is like a sombrero shape, upside down, but I like this more sophisticated Libby glasses. Okay, so I'm just cool it down. Now, I'm just going to take, Monin tangerine syrup. I'm going to shake it, so I'm going to use the shaker.
Meanwhile, just to explain the difference between tequila and mezcal, there is loads of people that doesn't know it really. When you talk about tequila, you talk about Jalisco. Jalisco is an origin denomination, right? So you have one kind of agave that you can use for doing that tequila, that is the blue agave. And then afterwards, you have to think you cook that agave in a tin, right? And you use the honey that comes out of the agave to ferment it, and then distillation, right? Mezcal is another way around.
Right. It's more traditional.
It's more traditional. Actually, they call it the dad of tequila, because it's made with any kind of agave. Basically, it's almost 98 different kinds of agave you can use, and it's made down in the Oaxaca area, right? This place, I mean, the difference of as well in making is that they cook the agave underneath the ground, right, with actual wood, and so you get that smoky taste out of the agave. They cook it in a volcanic stone oven, and it's really nice because that cooking, it doesn't last like maybe for tequila 48, 72 hours. You can go over from a week to 14 days of cooking, because it's just the heat from the stones that cooks the agave. And once you take them out, of course, that smoky smell is always there. You're gonna ferment them with the whole thing. I mean, you go around with how you call it, with stone over the agave, and you take all the fibers, all the honey, and you ferment that with some water, and that's as well the other difference from tequila. And now then, well, you can go for a pot still for the distillation, or you can go an ancient way that they used to use a clay still.
Yeah, which is this fantastic, I mean, stone taste. Yeah, a bit and smoky also.
It's completely different. It's another thing.
Okay, so let's start with by placing, I mean, 15 ml of Monin tangerine syrup. Okay. When I build this cocktail, I tried, this recipe, just margarita flavor with tangerine, but when I tasted it, I thought that you need something a bit more, another flavor. So, herbal flavor
you go green.
Are really, I go green like the wall. But it's really, trendy. That's the reason why it's really nice, to make lemonade or, for example, muscomel by mixing, carrot with a beetroot, carrot and
ginger.
And ginger, or otherwise basil, or even dill. Dill is really nice with carrot. Otherwise, beetroot and basil, it's really, you can do a lot. So I just place 4 basil leaves. Okay, as I've got fresh ingredients, I'm just going to quickly muddle to extract all the oil from the basil leaves.
They're always soft. You don't need to pour all your weight on top of the muddle, because otherwise they're going to turn too black, those leaves, and they're going to be sour.
Okay, now I'm going to add lime juice. Up, 15, 20, 5. Up. Of course, I need spirits, so I'm going to place 40 ml of this nice mezcal.
Los Tantantes, very good.
Most of the time when bartenders do cocktail, the alcohol, measure would be between 40 to 50.
Ooh. For mezcal, maybe it's a bit too much, because we're talking in the spirit that is made of 47 to 50 degrees.
You might only stop to 40. Yeah. And of course, that it's a margarita. I'm going to add 20 ml of triple sec. I'll just leave it here. Okay, so because we speak a lot, talk a lot, so I'm going to strain the shaker.
Because all that water is going to go into your cocktail. If you don't drain it, it's going to ruin it. Whoa!
Don't check too long, because after the ice is going to dilute. What I'm going to do now, of course I'm going to get rid of the ice who cool the glass. Now I'm going to do a double strain, because I've got the basil leaves inside. So what I can do, it's actually take the strainer like this. Put, just the spoon here, and after you just strain it like this.
That looks fantastic.
With a nice Eiffel Tower effect. Like this, you can just finish up. So we saw earlier on 2 techniques about dry shake and reverse shake. But you have some customers who could be allergic to eggs. So how can we do a foam on a cocktail? Actually, you have two techniques to do a foam cocktail. You have the eggs, and otherwise you have pineapple juice. Pineapple juice, when you shake it, it makes a little nice foam. But otherwise, today, you can get some product, let's say for mixology, that you can make some foam. This is, for example, I'm using sucro, which is emulsification.
Emulsive, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to take this short glass. I'm going to place 20 ml of Lillet, which is an aperitif based on wine, coming from Bordeaux area, based also flavor with dry orange skin. Then, because I want it really citrus, and this is one of my favorite flavor, I'm going to add 7 ml of pink grapefruit. Because also what is going to be nice, it's I mean the customer will have different flavor in the drink and on the foam. Here, of course, I'm going to add a little bit of sucro.
Very little.
Yeah. And then I'm going to mix with this kind of...
This is
IKEA.
Yeah, well, that's from IKEA, but that's something that usually some baristas use for doing some emulsion of the milk when it's cold.
Mm-hmm. Especially skim milk, it works better. Yeah. More and more, you see, for example, from I won't say the name, but from a big coffee chain, you start to get some drinks with a cold foam of the milk. Otherwise, you have some blender. A traditional brand that can have a jug with a special jug to make some cold foam from the milk. Okay, that
looks fantastic, man.
That's it.
Wow.
And after can just top on the drink. Like this. And even what you can do also after is to take a pink grapefruit, because it's pink grapefruit flavor. And you take the skin and just squeeze the skin to get all the oil contained into the skin, because actually you have more flavor into the skin than in the drinks. Like this. And as a garnish, just place a basil leaf like this. Here you are. A tangerine and basil margarita.
Good Lord. And don't forget to vote Stefan for this drink, please. Yeah. So, well, let's go ahead then.
Thank you.
Well,
okay. So now
I'm going to do a drink based on we're talking about Mexico, we're talking about mezcal. So I'm going to do a drink based on the Day of the Dead, right? Day of the Dead, as you know, is a kind of a celebration, right? In a mix of two cultures, the Catholics and the Mesoamerican. Mesoamerican used to do a cult to the death, but it was in another time, it was around May. And then this was mixed up with all the Catholic culture, and they moved it over to, well, Halloween and the 2 days after. So we're gonna do a little drink, right? It's cinnamon and spicy mango punch, right? But I've called it Lady Katrina. Lady Katrina is the famous figure of the Day of the Dead. So it's a lady dressed up, just bones, dressed up on a dress with a bunch of flowers in the hand. So I'm gonna do, next thing, let's go ahead. We get some ice. I'm gonna be using another kind of mezcal. In this case, it's a handcrafted mezcal. And I'm gonna use an old-fashioned glass. First thing, I'm gonna do a crusta, right? So I let it dry meanwhile. So I'm gonna be using some hibiscus, right, syrup.
Really trendy flavor.
And then I'm gonna use some salt that I've just made, crushing up some plain sea salt with hibiscus flowers. So I'm just gonna wet up a little bit my glass, and then just place it on top of the hibiscus salt.
Hibiscus flavor is really nice with gin and tonic. Yeah,
it
use this flower because it's...
Why did I choose hibiscus? Because in all this Mexican region, right, the hibiscus is a flower that they use for drinks, basically for, well, we couldn't call it limonada, right, a lemon, but we could call it, yeah, it's Well, I'll get the name in a minute. I forgot the name.
No way. Just also because in Africa, I mean, they use hibiscus, what they call carcade, to dry the flower to make some tea. So it's really popular all over the world, hibiscus.
They do this drink in Mexico with cinnamon, with hibiscus, and some fresh water. So, well, that's why I choose hibiscus in this case. And now I'm going to use the mezcal. So let's get cool in. In this case, I'm going to choose San Juan de Alipuz. As we've said before, don't go too far with mezcal because it's going to be too strong. And so then I'm going to use only 3 cl of mezcal.
Yeah, because this one is 47. Or?
Yeah, this one is 47.5, so it's kind of hard. So 3 centiliters.
We used to see gusano at the bottom of the...
You used to see it back now because now it's legal again. And those are called avocado mezcales, right? You can find the gusano, you can find other animals like scorpion and snake as well. But well, the gusano is funny because you.
But there is a legend, but it's not. If you eat it, I mean, nothing happens to you. It's not,
it's not really true.
You don't see pink elephant or whatever.
No. That used to happen because they bottled bad mezcals with those worms. Not because of worms, it's because of mezcal. In this case, I'm going to use to round up my cocktail 2 cl of this great apricot brandy. And then we're going to add some spice. I'm going to start with cinnamon, 1 cl. I don't know, we always talk cl, ounces, milliliters. Which one do you prefer?
Well, in France, when you study, I mean, they always speak about cl, but internationally, I would say ml.
ml, yeah?
ml. Ounce is much more when you go to US.
Yeah.
So
well, 1 ml or 1 cl in this case.
It's easier in ml because after ounce you have to say half ounce, quarter of ounce. So I mean,
it's harder.
Millil makes it more easier.
Yeah, we're gonna use in this case this spicy mango, right? 1 cl spicy mango, and we're gonna go for some fresh. If you don't mind, change over. We're gonna use some 3 cl of fresh lime juice. Here we go. If you don't mind.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's for now, and we're gonna go for a little shake, just a little.
Actually, we can mention that we are in Spain because if you check the size of the ice, it's huge, huge ice cube. It's
really cold, not too long, as Stefan said before. And now we're gonna just place some ice in my glass, right? It's okay, thank you. 1, no more than 2 because they're huge. And then, there you go. And then we're going to just we don't mind those little pieces of ice because we actually want the fresh drink in this case. That's it. Finished. Then we're gonna add a little piece of lime, just some decoration.
Yeah, it's more and more trendy. A lot of bartenders are drying their fruit. What you can do also is to upscale a little way your dry fruit. It's to take like a
little bitter, maybe? Or
no, some. For example, with on orange you can use. I mean, pink grapefruit syrup. On apple, cinnamon syrup. Pineapple, you can put some cocoa syrup with a pencil. Okay? Yeah. And when you dry them, I mean, all the flavor combined with the flavor of the fruit. And it's really, really nice.
Well, there you go. I hope you enjoy it. Okay. Please vote me.
Please vote. Please vote. Okay.
So we're gonna clean up for a minute, and we're gonna keep on going. So we're traveling where now?
Oh, we're still going to the north. Now we are going to. Well, it's actually a bit hard to explain. We are going to see a place, but to speak about another culture. Okay.
So let's take that away. Remember, guys, cleaning is very important. You always have to be cleaning all day, because otherwise you're gonna be messy working, and when you work with cocktails, sugar, spirits, it's a mess.
And especially because what we say is when the customer comes to your place, he needs to have the impression, even if you've really been busy, that he's the first customer of the day, okay? Because I mean, hygiene, when the place is clean, it's the trust of the customer that you can get, okay? That's the reason why, even for barista, just to really clean the steam of the coffee machine, I mean, to clean the bar, the surface of the bar for bartender, to put back the tools, the stairs, I mean, right position, I mean, in front of the bar, to clean the table. It's a really, I mean, you trust a place when you want to go there, because we say that a customer come to your place for three things, actually. It's actually, I mean, how the bar looks like, the decoration, the products that you have behind the bar, and after, how you welcome your customer. How you welcome, how you are going to treat your customer, what drink you are going to serve him. That's the reason why we say your customer needs to live an experience, because, for example, I mean, to drink, I would say, just a whiskey, he can find this whiskey in any bar, but he will come to your place because you are doing something special, a cocktail with whiskey, flavor with a special product, and he's going to enhance your creativity, to get something new every time, and he's going to trust you. Okay? And also because sometimes you are going to explain how you balance your drink, how you build your drink. He's going to tell this story to his friend, and that is going to be a new customer for you. I mean, everything is linked to how you welcome your customer, and a clean place is part of this history.
As the Japanese says, it doesn't matter how clean is a bar, when your customer sits at the bar, always clean up in front of him, just he feels like fresh, crunchy.
Okay. So, let's travel a little bit. So, we were in Mexico, and now we are going to go up to the north. So, we are going to speak about tiki cocktail.
Wow.
Tiki cocktail, as you are going to tell me, is not coming from US. No. Tiki cocktail, originally, the history is based on Maori culture. Maori culture is New Zealand and Polynesian island. Okay, tiki, for us, we have Adam and Eve on Earth, were the first men and women. In the Maori culture, it was Tiki. Tiki was the first man on the earth. He was half man, half god. That's the reason why most of the glasses, his head is half the size of his body. So he was a strong guy. Okay, but Tiki culture had been enhanced in, I would say, 1933 in Los Angeles by two bartenders. I mean, Trader Vic and John Beach. And actually, their real name was Ernest Beaumont Gant and Victor Bergerot, so nothing to see. But Beachcomber, yes, Beachcomber bar, yeah. And all those cocktails were based on 2, 3, 4 different kinds of rum, exotic juice, and some kind of strange liquor, like Falernum was a mix of different spices.
Yeah,
okay.
Nobody knew where Falernum came at that time. But actually it was a blend of, well, as you said,
blend
of a spice they used to use for even drink alone or just go with any spirit.
The legend says that, a sailor went to the island and this was this old woman who was making falernum, and he said, what is it? And she wanted to say, do it yourself, and he understood falernum. So, I mean, that's one of the legends how the name came. Okay, if you want to start.
Me? Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So, well, if you don't mind,
please, because I'm going to use it.
I'm going to choose my own head.
Yeah, yours is clear.
Okay, well, choose a tiki glass, in glass, I mean, because I like to people see what's inside my drink, right? So in this case, I'm going to use a pineapple tiki cocktail, right? You can find it on our web with some pineapple, right? I'm going to be using, in this case, some pumpkin spice and a couple of rums. So in this case, let's shake. Let's get some ice. I've called this cocktail Moai, right, as a human figure that is based on, I don't know if you have seen it before, you know these big figures in Pascua Island? Mm-hmm. So that's a Moai, a totem. So that's why I call this cocktail Moai. It's going to be based on rum in this case. So it's going to do some rum. First of all, le frit. we're gonna use 3 cl of pineapple.
It's really the art of the pineapple. I mean, it's really, you won't get the same flavor if you use a juice. For example,
No, it's not the same.
Especially for a short cocktail like caipirinha or even mojito. I mean, it's really the art. I mean, the flavor of the pineapple.
Then I'm gonna go for 1 cl of pumpkin spice.
You love the spice. I love the citrus, but you love the spice.
Actually, I choose the pumpkin spice because it reminds us to a golden falernum that is different of a regular falernum, right? So in that pumpkin is gonna leave us that taste in behind the back. It's gonna be very nice. So some lime juice. It's over. There we go. Thank you. 2 cl of lime juice, and we're gonna end up with some rum.
Strange for tiki.
Rum? Tiki? Rum? Now, rum and tiki is usually strong, so I'm gonna go for 4 cl of rum. I'm gonna end up.
Tiki was strong.
It's strong. I'm gonna use a little overproof rum, but just a little bit, because if we go too far with this, people is not gonna enjoy it. So let's do half cl or a bar spoon.
Actually, some bartenders are using overproof rum into empty passion fruit or empty
to
lime just to flame.
And now we're gonna just shake really well, and let's see what happens. Let's drain this ice, otherwise you're gonna get that water in it, and I don't want it. So let's blend it a little bit, pour in it. Oh, I'm missing something, excuse me. I'm missing my mango juice. So you're gonna use 3 cl of mango juice. Couldn't that be? And now, yeah, we're ready for mixing. Let's go. Oh.
You know, speaking about shaking techniques, in Japan, I mean, the student, they put some rice in the shaker to shake in the rhythm of the music.
Oh.
I mean, the move they want to do, it's like a song.
Oh, you didn't know that? In this case,
I'm sure Brazilians do the same with maracas.
Well, probably. We're gonna fill that glass with some crushed ice. Oh yeah. And we're gonna pour it over. There we go. There we go. Just a little drop over there. You don't want to miss any of that flavor. And we're gonna use some dry pineapple as a decoration, as a garnish. Let's go for some dry pineapple there. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna be using a little bit of cinnamon. In this case, it's a cassia. There we go. And then we're gonna use a little touch of orange citrus. So a good peel of orange. I think I get the
peeler.
Yeah. Nice peel.
You can smell it from here, actually.
Yeah. Wow. I love it. And as you see, we're not using many straws, as we have to really think about the plastic.
Yeah.
It's gonna last forever. So that'll be it. You can have a metallic straw now if you want.
Yeah.
You got one there. Thank you. Perfect. And now we're gonna just burn a little bit.
Can I go?
Are you scared?
Yeah, no, I trust you.
So we just be careful with this. We're gonna spice a little bit more. Right, our cocktail. I did a little mess. But always have to clean afterwards. And that's our tiki drink. There we go.
Nice presentation.
Thank you. Now we clean it. There we go.
Okay, so If you like Jesus Tiki, I mean, vote for him.
Well, me?
Okay. So now I'm going to do mine.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm going to take these glasses because I love it. Okay, I'm going to fill it with crushed ice.
Usually we use crushed ice because these tiki drinks are strong on alcohol. So as people drink it, okay, they just change a little bit with that little amount of water.
Okay, I'm going to use a Boston shaker. So
I'll take away my cocktail if you don't mind, so people can see you properly. There we go.
Okay, just speaking about shaker, actually you have three kinds of shaker. You have what we call 3 pieces shaker like this, that you have the strainer inside. You have what we call the French shaker, which is actually up.
I think that's the body. There you go.
Up. Okay,
That's the body.
easier. You have a shaker that we call the Parisian shaker or French shaker, which is most of the time 70 cl. 1 liter is what we call a Deauville. Deauville, actually, it's a famous town in France. And you have the Boston shaker that could be glass and metal, or 2 tin in metal that we used before. More and more bartenders prefer 2 pieces in metal because they can do double shake in 1 shaker in each hand. Okay, so I place just to cool
And they
down.
last longer.
Yeah, yeah, because you don't have glass. Okay, but I mean, when you're a customer in the bar, I mean, and you see glasses, you see what the bartender is pouring like product.
And that's
okay,
very nice.
So I'm going to do Mai Tai. Mai Tai is a classical cocktail. I would say tiki cocktail because it's based on rum. It contains, I mean, orange curacao, almond syrup, rum, and lime. Okay, but I want to twist it. I want to bring more flavor. So actually, I love this one because when we have a drink with my partner, which is called Florent Martin, that you know, we always have a tiki because it's a nice drink. And also because it contains my favorite Monin product, which is Monin Passion Fruit Le Fruit.
Not too bad.
I love this one because, first of all, of the taste, and because you don't have the seed inside. So easy to use. And the texture is really nice. So I'm just going to place 15 ml of Le Fruit de Monin Passion Fruit. I said that traditionally, I mean, Mai Tai, it contains almond. But last year, we launched our super almond syrup, I would say. This is what we call falernum.
Super spiced.
Because of the bartender couldn't find the liquor falernum, they all ask us about to develop falernum syrups. So with the help of Panos, which is working in Greece for us, like a brand ambassador, and some other high-end bartender, we launched this syrup. It's actually based on lime, almond, cloves, ginger, and vanilla from Madagascar. I'm going to place the same measure, 15 ml of falernum.
Well, in this case, the trend now of tiki cocktails is really coming out again. Now, all vintage, well, we could call it vintage, right? Yeah, all vintage cocktails are taken to a new level, right? Taken to a new step, because nowadays we know more about everything. We know more about spirits, we know more about the products, like in this case, falernum. We could do our own products at the bar. And this product as well is a product that is kind of hard to make. So it's thanks to Monin that we have now a product to use every day and easy. That was some lime fresh, right?
Yeah, lime. So I put 15 ml of Le Fruit de Monin Passion Fruit, 15 ml of falernum, 15 ml of orange curacao liqueur, wow. 20 ml just to balance the sweetness of fresh lime juice. Of course, I'm going to place some rum. So I'm going to use Pineapple Plantation rum.
Wow.
I'm going to place 45 ml.
That's a very nice rum. They do a maceration of pineapples into that rum. It's fantastic.
And to make it a little bit more smooth, I'm going to add 40 ml of passion fruit of pineapple juice. Like this.
Looks nice.
Okay, so keep speaking. I mean, the ice is melting. So I'm just going to strain
the excess water.
Yeah, sure. And after, I'm just going to give a big shake.
Oh!
Also, if you want to make it more smooth, I will say, or spicy, you can even add some ginger ale or ginger beer on the top, because it's some product that we'll more and more see. If you want something for
spicy touch, I like the ginger beer.
It's if you want for an easy drink, you put ginger ale. If you want a more spiced drink, you use ginger beer. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish with the garnish. So this is sticky, so we are just going to make his head on the final touch. So let's place his brain first. Up. Then, because we used kumquat before, I just cut a little kumquat like this. Up. Then I'm going to take a green apple, slice it like this.
Yeah, nice Granny Smith for that sour taste that we love.
And it's actually the one which is the easiest to work, the Granny Smith, from all the apple. Now I'm just going to add a toothpick, like this. Up, and just open.
There we go.
Just to make his head like this.
That's a crowd there.
Up, like this. Up. And after, just place some mint on the top. Okay, and of course, a metal straw. Actually, you have some company which are launching some new straw. I mean, it looks like the plastic one, but it's based on corn, and it's biodegradable.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, because as we say that the old cocktail from the 70s are coming back, I can't.
Vintage cocktails, as I said.
Okay, so here you are. What we say earlier on, it's when a customer comes to your place, he needs to live an experience. So you can serve your cocktail like this, but you can also go to the step higher. So how can I go to the higher step? I'm just going to, especially because we are in a voodoo culture, so I'm just going to place this here. Up,
just some place.
Then I'm going to use a smoking gun. But when you buy a smoking gun, actually you get some wood chips that you can use, they are great. But also what you can do, it's you can dry some herbs. So for example, this is mint. You can use rosemary, you can use the different kind of dry mint, which is nice. So just let's place a little leaves inside.
Looks fantastic. Some tea maybe?
Some tea also. Okay, so go.
Go. There you go.
So never do this below fire alarm. Up, like this.
Oh.
Up. And after you can just take this up and you go to the place of your customer. You can put Hawaiian music up and you just go like this. I mean, people who used to follow me on training, when I do this, I put Harry Potter music. It's kind of mystery and magical. Okay, so you can vote for this one, okay, or you can vote for Tiki from Jesus. Now also you can have the opportunity to ask us for some questions. So feel free. We are just going to clean and we come back to you.
Okay, let's go. You're gonna take away your cocktail?
You can drink it if you wish.
Or maybe later. So, do we have any questions? We got one.
Okay, so the difference between Le Fruit de Monin and syrups. Okay, so it is just actually Le Fruit de Monin. I mean, the both will be here for the flavor, to bring you flavor to your drinks. Le Fruit de Monin, actually, I mean, the recipe is a 51% minimum of fresh fruit. So that means that you are going to get the texture of the fruit. So for example, when you want to flavor a margarita, when you want to flavor a mojito, caipirinha, something that you need to feel the fruit, you will use Le Fruit de Monin. When you want something more, a bit lighter, for example, some wine cocktail, if you want some, or gin and tonic, to flavor your gin and tonic, I'm going to use, syrup. Because it's more light and not so heavy.
Clear as well.
Clear as well. And especially a a little twist. You have a wine glass?
Yeah, we do.
So for example, when you want to flavor your gin and tonic, but you don't want the sugar into the gin and tonic, what you can do, it's exactly the same way when you are doing a dry martini cocktail. This one is just an example. Okay, when you are doing a dry martini cocktail, for example, for an English customer or for an American customer, you are not going to put the same amount of vermouth. One is going to like it more sweet, and the English one is going to have it more dry. So for example, what you can do is actually to place the ice into your gin and tonic glass, to place 2 cl of, for example, cucumber syrup. After, you just stir, just to flavor the ice, okay? After 10 seconds that you mix, you just, for example, strain up, just to get rid of the ice which is melting and the syrup, and all your ice cube is going to be flavor. Okay, so that's the reason why this is a difference when you want to use, I mean, syrups or le fruit de Monin. It's a question of flavor, texture, and the final drinks that you want to design. Okay.
There you go. So we have any more questions around cocktail trends?
Wow.
Well,
it's a long
it's
story.
a long-
Okay, you start by Spain.
Okay, well,
Okay.
in Spain right now the trends are going to the non-alcoholic area, right? We start having lots of lemonades, iced teas, and mostly one big trend that is coming in now. It's fruit shakes.
Ah, yeah.
Now I know that all over around the world it's been a couple of years maybe that they've been working around.
Can you tell us a little bit more, a bit word
Fruit
about
shakes?
fruit shake? Yeah, for
Well, you get a fruit shake basically is
milkshake.
any kind of milkshake, right? And
And you make them break.
a brick of topping on top, so
Yeah.
you can have a donut on top, some whipped cream. We have chocolate,
cotton candy. You can have.
cotton candy, whatever. So it's just a huge bowl of sweets, right? Any one of us wants one.
Yeah. And
And a proper milkshake in there.
yeah, and we start to see art shake, which is a fruit shake plus alcohol, like rum, for example. You need, I would say that you need something much more edge alcohol to combine with fruit shake and chocolate flavor. Okay.
And what about your area?
Okay, my area. Okay, of course, non-alcoholic drink. I would say lemonade iced tea, virgin, which is virgin cocktail. It's a cocktail without alcohol, but linked to a cocktail culture. For example, virgin dark and stormy, virgin Cuba Libre, virgin Mojito.
That would be nice.
Yes, and also after speaking about real cocktail trends, I mean, old fashioned are coming back. Negroni. All the bitterness, I mean the
aperitifs.
Yeah, the aperitif and bitter, for example, Negroni, Aperol Spritz, of course, which is new.
Yeah,
and
spritz is a big thing right now, yeah.
And also another trend, what we call Shime. Shime, it's I would say low alcohol cocktail. So it could be based on wine, it could be based on beer, it could be based on cider. Otherwise, it's a regular cocktail that instead of 4 cl, you will reduce to 2 cl. Okay, this is a trend that we say.
Yeah, so the trend is low alcohol in general.
Yeah, but actually what we found out with the trend is like fashion. For example, it's coming and going. Okay, just speaking about fashion, in Monin we are launching 6 products every year. I mean 3 and 3. It's like summer collection and winter collection. I mean to be able to answer to the needs of the customer. For example, we have some syrups that you can really twist your cocktail depending on the season. For example, like winter spice, which is a combination of flavor, like pumpkin spice also. That pumpkin we know that is from Halloween to Christmas, I would say. Yeah. So we are really here to help professionals. Okay, another question?
Best moments to drink a cocktail?
Anytime.
Anytime in the day. Well, I always say, before 1 o'clock, you're a pirate if you drink. But after that, I mean, as we were talking right now, the aperitifs are coming very, very long. So if you want to have a spritz, let's say, it's a low alcoholic drink, and you can have it before your lunch.
Yeah.
I mean,
actually, aperitif, it's coming from Italian language. Yeah. And it means aperire, which means open. So it opens you to have a meal after. So I would say after a long journey, you need something refreshing like cucumber base. For example, this watery flavor, or watermelon, also because it's really close cucumber, watermelon, and melon flavor. And after the more you get into the night,
Anything, anything really.
Of course,
depends
after
on what you're
dinner, you can have something based on liquor like a Black Russian or. Actually, I went to London with some colleague, and we found out that in any bar making coffee, you have espresso martini.
Oh.
Okay, espresso martini now in UK is really, I would say, mandatory on the menu. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. I mean, don't forget to vote. And you can really follow us on Facebook page. And don't forget money.com. Money.com, it's, for example, you get a flavor, okay? Falernum, for example, what can I do with Falernum? You have 2,000 recipes that you can enhance your creativity.
And remember, every 6 months around that, we launch the new recipes for winter, for summertime, right? And well,
we organize Money Day also.
Yeah, we organize Money Day. So if you want to contact your local ambassador, just give us a call. In the case of Spain, we're here right now. It's OTC, right? So otc.es. You can find us there. And otherwise, stay tuned. Please.
Because we are in Spain, I mean, don't forget cocteltv.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
because it's a nice channel to learn about products and new trends, to visit some bars even.
Yeah.
Yeah. So without testing, unfortunately.
Yeah, they have a great program on that.
I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget that Money, we are here to help you to enhance your creativity. Don't be shy to contact us on Facebook. My name is Stéphane Moesley. And also you can contact your local brand ambassador.
Jesus Lobreras, in this case.
Like Claudio Felipe in Portugal. I mean, just to speak about Iberian place. But we were happy to welcome you in the OTC Money studio. Thanks a lot for following us, and see you soon.
See you soon.